All right, hello. I think we're live now. Yeah, looks like we're live now. All right. One sec. Let's get some water in me. Okay, I'm all ready to go. All right. So, hello, if anyone's here. Hello. For anyone else who does come later, hello. Oops, let me turn the volume off on my phone. That's really annoying. Okay. All right. So we'll continue off with the turn-based streaming from where we left off last time. I'm hoping I had a really big pasta dinner before this, so I'm not the sharpest right now, but we'll try to make it work. I'm sure it'll be fine. But without further ado, let's get into the games again. Also, apologies. I hope the audio is okay. I listened to the last video and it wasn't the greatest. I do have a headset, but it's not working right now, so I'm kind of just stuck with what I have going on here. But hopefully it's good enough that it'll still be fine. Okay, so let's get into the first game. Hey Eric. Okay, the audio is okay. That's good to know. Good to see someone in the chat. Okay, so game number one this time. So we're Witches and Fjords. We're in round two now. So as a quick refresher, we're facing Darklings, Nomads, and Dwarves in this game. No extra endgame scoring. We got 4 scoring bonuses in play. And things have gone really well for me so far. So right now I'm at Stronghold Temple with Air 2 and 4 dwellings in round 2, and I'm just about to pass here. It would be amazing if I can get a 5th dwelling down. That would have been so cool, but I need another spade for that. That's not happening. So, I mean, this decision for me is like pretty straightforward. I'm going to pass into the 6 coin bonus. As a matter of fact, we can just do that now. Like, the other options are Priest or Ship BP, but I'm not going to be advancing shipping this round. The Priest, like, there's no stacked cult rewards. There's no, like, huge reward for getting extra Priest to cults. There's no, like, temple event later on. Well, there is in round 6, but it doesn't come with a cult event, of course. So the upside of the Priest is, like, a lot lower. I just need coins here. I have a really good worker economy. I've got my stronghold up, and I'm going to get more dwellings down next round. I just need more coins. So it's a pretty straightforward pass into coins for me. Nothing else I can really do. I own the big building tile here, so I'm getting 4 points from the pass, which is nice. Okay, let's just do this and I'll talk about the game. Alright. So like I said, I think I'm in a pretty good position here. I opened Temple 4 dwellings, Temple Air 2 and 4 dwellings going into round 2, and I wasn't totally sure I can get the stronghold up in this round. I did pass in the big building tile, which was helpful with the extra workers for sure, but I also got a lot of leech from this center hex here. Let me turn hexes on. So one of the things I talked about in this game was like really wanting F7 as witches, and it kind of, I think, paid off here because Nomads upgraded E7, Dwarves upgraded E8, so we had a nice like round 2 leech party there. Got tons of leech for that. I really feel my stronghold this round, which I might not have been able to afford otherwise. And Darklings are going to build around me as well here, so I'm going to get lots more leech on F7. It makes this town really simple too. I'm just going to bridge from F8 to G9. I have a cult dig coming, which I'm going to be using on F9, I think, this round to take a hex away from dwarves, but also to form this town here. And so I think you kind of see like the value of getting F7, at least in this matchup. But I think in general it's a really nice hex for witches. I didn't get F6, so I think last time in the game F6 was still open and it wasn't decided who took it. But Felipe did tunnel there at the end of round 1, so sadly didn't get that beautiful stretch through the middle. But this is still really nice having the stronghold on F7. Other things that happened. What else happened? It's been a pretty straightforward round 2, I think, in that both Nomads and Darklings just took Earth 1. So Darklings their Sanctuary for Earth 1. Always good for Darklings, but also going into round 3 digs. The extra priest production is nice, of course. Nomads hit a Temple for Earth 1, and they're ending with Stronghold Temple, 4 dwellings, and Landscape. So it's a really nice network game for George's Nomads here. He also passed one of the dwelling VP tile, so he'll score some points next round. Like, he is behind in scoring, but he will start to make some of that up. And Yeah, and then me again. I opened Stronghold Temple. Got the four dwellings out, which is like kind of like the witch's, I guess, dream after round two. It's about all you can hope for. I was hoping to get the priest to air here. I wanted kind of just to monopolize the air cult, but Felipe took it last round, which I didn't see coming, and so I ended up kind of compromising or settling for priest to fire. But it's a pretty good fallback. The fire cult will pay off in round four, and it's yeah, it's fine. I don't need to win air. I can win fire instead. So it's nice that I have some cult presence, and it was a bit of an upside to opening Temple instead of Stronghold in this matchup. Because Nomads open Stronghold and Darklings are just going to be a bit limited on the cults because of their faction. It's just nice to be able to fight a little bit harder for cults with opening Temple. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about here. A couple of the games are going kind of slow. I guess I can talk about my plan for round three. So I said I'm going to cultig F9, and I'm not totally sure yet if I'm going to bridge from F8 to G9 and go for an early town, like maybe the 2-key town if it's available. But I think dwarves are going to beat me to that. So I don't know if I'm getting that. If I can get it, the Dookie Town would be really nice. Just with the round three like coin event and round four workers, like those are just easy cult rewards that the Dookie Town can help you hit harder. Like I don't know, it just kind of flows really well when you have good cult rewards, especially when you also have priest production. Like the higher you get in the cults, the more power you get, the more victory points you get when you're winning cults versus coming in second, obviously. So like it's just that combination works really well with Dookie Town early on. So if I can get that, I'll probably go for that. If not, I have a couple other interesting options. So I might just fly to C2 and just dig B1 and build A1 and just get a bunch of dwellings down. I can end the round, I think, with Stronghold 8 dwellings, or Stronghold Temple 8 dwellings, which would be really strong. Oh, is that Clavo? Oh, I didn't know Clavo actually watched these things. Hello. Okay, he's trying to get good. Nice. No. No, good to see people here. Anyways, yeah, I can go Stronghold, like Temple 8 dwellings maybe, or I can just fly to B4 just to secure the territory. I don't know if there's a rush. Like this round I flew to I6 because I was a bit worried about Darklings snatching it on me. I don't know if Fire X would have. He did pass in the temp ship, but he's going to probably open with a coins action. So I could have flown there first action, but then it puts annoying pressure on that hex for me, so I'd rather just secure I6 while I can now. And as I said, I'm fine with using the cultic and F9. But for next round, yeah, that's an option, going to C2, digging through to B1 and A1, and then fly to B4 in round 4. Another thing I'm considering, if I get the opportunity, is to double dig E5. I mean, it is a dig round, so extra points. It's also just a nice sanctuary town here. I'm a bit unsure, though, because the downside is that means I need 2 bridges in the last 3 rounds, and Darklings also want a bridge, so that puts a bit of annoying bridge pressure on me. Like, it might be better just to do it later Sanctuary Town at B4, B3, and A5. I guess I could beat dwarves at A5, maybe? Or something like that. I don't know exactly, but I worry about, like, double digging E5 in the long term if that's actually a good move. It feels a little bit short-sighted to me. And it's not like I have the power to have a double dig and bridge next round. Like, I doubt I'll have that. So we'll see. I'm going to play it by ear a bit, I think. But regardless, I have to be in a pretty good spot. Opening Stronghold Temple, 4 dwellings. I'm witches, I got those town points coming in. If I can find 3 towns, I should have a really solid game here. I don't know if I'm going to beat George on Network, but I can get second on Network, I think, pretty handily. And I should do pretty well in cults. Like, I think dwarves, as I said, probably take 2 key towns, so they probably do the best in cults, but I might be able to do second best in cults this game. So if I can chip in a bunch of cult points, do well on Network, hit 3 towns, score on some of these bonuses, which I just got 4 points this round, but maybe hit some more later on in the game, should be all set up for a good game. Oh, and I'm definitely going to take Water 1 with a Sanctuary in round 4. Like, I'm pretty sure I can get that. I think I can beat Darklings to Water 1, no problem. So, Water 1 round 4, hit some TPs around 5, figure out the rest from there. I think there's a lot of different directions I can go with it from there. So yeah, that's kind of this game. I don't think there's too much more to talk about, so I think I'm just going to move on to the next game. Okay, this game. All right. So this game has On Fire and Ice, as you can see, it's the game where I'm halflings and we have edge scoring in the game, facing acolytes, darklings, and yetis. Some interesting stuff has happened in this game that I did not see coming. Once again, I haven't read this game very well. Made a lot of mistakes in my reads in this game. But basically, for me, I'm passing at the end of round 2 here, and once again, I'm passing on to the 6 coin bonus. I'm pretty sure it's kind of the same as last game. Although I guess there's justification for worker power. I'll talk it through a bit. You're here for the halflings game, Eric. That's great. It's the most interesting one. It's also the one I'm doing the worst in, so it's it's probably the most fun to talk about and explore. But yeah, looking at this map, like look at the center of this map. This is just a cluster in the center here. Like temples everywhere, sanctuary, stronghold, TPs. Like there's just a whole mess of structures in the center by round 2. So it's kind of fun to see. Not to mention there's some ice sitting here. There's a bunch of Fire X just dug a bunch of hexes to secure them, but not actually really built on them. But it looks pretty funny in that way. Like secured H7 from Yeti, secured I8 from me, which was kind of sad because I really wanted to steal I8 on him, but he's sharp. He's ready for that. Yeah, it's a bit of a crazy game. So yeah, if you recall, I opened double temple, and last stream I built a temple but didn't actually take a favor. And I talked a big game about taking some other econ favor, like Air 2, and in the end I just chumped it up with Earth 1. I I went with my instincts. I didn't try to get too fancy. I thought it through a little more and just didn't think there was enough to justify another econ favor. And I don't know if I'm connecting. Like I'm probably not connecting. So Earth 1 I thought made more sense. It helped me get like an extra cult spade easily in the Earth cult. So I think it was the right call. I think I was being too fancy last time thinking about other options. It's just a little limiting. I kind of know my ceiling is limited with Earth 1. The good thing is I've gotten a lot of coins this game. So I started on the six coin bonus. I took a coins action this round, and I get a good chance I'm passing on the 6 coin bonus going into next round. So lots of coins to help fuel my lack of coins from Earth 1. And of course, Earth 2 is helping with my worker income, so kind of like a good combo there. I also was able to, so I did end up getting temp ship. Like it was a big thought of mine that either Darklings or Acolytes were going to, especially Darklings, were going to take temp ship next round, take D5 on me, etc. None of that happened. I ended up passing first and getting temp ship. D5 is still wide open, and funny enough, I don't know if either of us are going to build on it. It's weird because it looks like such a natural hex to build on, like for both of us. But the thing is, this edge scoring really like skews the game in a weird way. So that Darklings really want to focus their attention in the south here, like maybe in the southeast where they have all these edge hexes. And I want to focus my attention on the east too, on these with these edge hexes here. Like I think my game plan is just to play a taller game, find a way to dig out 2 towns on the edge of the map here, on the right side of the map, and have that be everything. I think so, but I also really want this natural like expansion in the top left. It's just so much more awkward with not connecting. Like if I could connect and just get both, I'd be feeling so much better about my game. But yeah, it's weird. It's something I'm gonna have to figure out next round. Like if I want to fully commit to just try to build in the east, or if I want to just say screw it, I'm just gonna not worry too much about endgame scoring and just try to do what's best economically for me. I don't know. But yeah, it's a funny little thing where D5 isn't actually under pressure, I don't think. Like it's maybe Darklings taken next round. I don't know. But like Darklings want E2 as well. They'll probably take it in the round 4 dig round. They'll just triple dig E2 then. Because they want their sanctuary town here. Yeah, they have a town here and they probably want a 3rd town here. So like what does D5 really do for them then? They're not gonna have the structures to do all that and like a bunch of structures up here. Really strange stuff. Not something I've really seen before, I don't think. Anyways, so like looking at, yeah, my game is okay. At least if nothing else, my game is like straightforward in terms of what I'm doing. Like I'm building dwellings next round. I'm going to advance digs round 4. Even if I'm not going to crush the dig round, I'm going to do some digs there. I'm going to do dwellings and TPs round 5 and try to maybe snatch water 1 if I can. And then try to find a way to get 2 towns by round 6. And also try to do really well in cults. So I've already got a nice position in Earth here, which is 2 spades now and a bunch of coins later. And I think might let me win Earth when Acolytes dig using their cult steps, which I think will happen later in the game. But I want to continue to send priests to other cults if I can too. So get some more cult presence going here. Because I need it to make up for the lack of network and maybe the lack of edge scoring too. So my game is pretty straightforward. A couple of things that happened, again, things I didn't expect to happen, was the first thing was Acolytes winning the race to 2-key town, which I'm really surprised by. Mellison in round 1, like, instead of doing Stronghold 4 dwellings, he opened Stronghold Temple Heir 2 and a dwelling, which is actually a crazy opening thinking about that. That's a lot of resources. But I think, and I think, wait, could he have gotten 2-key town this round? Could he have beaten Acolytes? I don't want to take too long looking, but I'm kind of curious. He did have to take like a coins action, a workers action, but he did dig and not build at one point. He also secured Priest of Fire. I think he could have. Yeah, because Acolytes took workers, trading post, dig and dwelling, and trading post. They took 4 actions. I think Yetis could have. Yeah, Yetis just needed 2 actions. They could have taken 2-key town. Maybe Belson just didn't want it. Maybe he wanted the 8-point town instead. I don't know, but I think it's actually, in terms of, well, first of all, it's really good for Acolytes getting the 2-key town. Like, I mean, that helps their game a lot. Like, I didn't see that happening, so I'm a lot higher in Acolytes' position now that they have the 2-key town. But I think for me, it's not a bad thing because, again, the Acolytes are going to drop a lot of those cult steps, and Yetis not having the 2-key town maybe means I can beat them up more cults. I don't know. They still have a better cult presence than I do, so maybe it's not totally true. But it's definitely a good thing for Acolytes to have gone 2-key town. Yeah, that's been the big swing. The other thing is, sadly, Acolytes passing on the ship BP, because I kind of wanted that next round to start getting greedy and score more points. I actually wonder if, like, I passed on the temp ship for this round. It seemed like the obvious option. And the upside for that was being able to send 2 priests to Earth and get these nice Earth rewards. And also making sure no one else goes crazy with temp ship and steals my territory or anything. But the downside is, like, I really want the points from ship PP. Like, if I'm not going to connect, I need to play a points greedy game, and missing out on those 6 points or whatever that would have been is a little sad. Especially that I'm not getting it next round. So honestly, it might have been a better decision to take the ship PP tile over the temp ship tile. I'm not really sure either way. Although these coins will pay off later. Like, the composition's good. I don't know. Anyways, let's not mull over the past. Let's think about the future here. What am I doing? Do I want worker power or the coins? I mean, instincts would tell me coins. Okay, I definitely don't need the priest, so we can rule that out. I'm already producing enough priests. Instinct would tell me coins. I'm also like, I do want more workers. If I could snowball this worker to another dwelling, it would be really nice. Like, if I could build 5 dwellings next round, which I could if I took D4. I would need to get to 2 ships. I need to advance shipping. That'd be 14 coins? Oh, I don't think I have that. Wait. I'm not, like, I'm sure Darklings are taking a coins action, so I'm not getting that. No, I think I'm too low on coins. I think I just need coins. So my cult digs here are going to have to, like, I'm going to use my cult digs in the east regardless, I think. And I think I'm going to cult dig E7 and either B8 or A9. I could cult dig D5, but as I said, I don't think it's that useful. Like, I really do want to fight edge scoring this game. Partially also because Acolytes and Yetis don't have a great setup for edge scoring. Like, Yetis will get a bit here on F7 and A7. Acolytes might come over to, like, D11 or something. Maybe they beat me to B9 up here. But it's, I don't know, they're not, like, really set up to crush edge scoring or anything like that. So I might be able to get, like, a cheap second on edge just behind Darklings if I focus on it. And, like, that would be really nice. I guess I also, like, I could ignore the East and focus on edge scoring here, like A4, A3, A2, A1. The problem with that is that leaves, like, the edge wide open then for, like, Yetis and Acolytes here. Then they could do a lot better in edge scoring, I think, if I don't fight the right side of the map. Yeah. Regardless, I think I want the coins. Like, I think that's most valuable for me right now. I don't know if I'm getting more leech next round. Like, that would kind of help me decide too, perhaps. I'm not getting leech from Darklings, that's for sure. Acolytes, maybe a little bit. Yetis, maybe a little bit. But it's not clear. Like, in general, in a dwelling ground, you usually don't get a lot of leech. Like, as a kind of rule of thumb, or, like, when in doubt, you just know you're not going to get a ton of leech in a dwelling ground because everyone's, like, spreading out, not building up next to you so much. So I'm probably not getting a ton of leech. The power is kind of nice as well. I don't know. My instincts here are just gonna go for coins. I think I need coins. Going to three ship could be nice too. It could I could dig like I was thinking about digging G9 and taking I9 on three ship perhaps. It opens up E1 for me if I decide I want to go this route over here. Yeah, I think 6 coins is probably fine. I get down 4 dwellings next round. All right, I think we'll just do 6 coins. Same move in both games. Let's keep it simple. Yeah, I mean, I can always like. I think I might want a spade action. I think I do want like a single big action next round. So I need the coins so I can use power for that. While I'll do other things still. Like if I take worker power, I need my power for coins, kind of. So it makes that more awkward. So yeah, let's do 6 coins. All right. So yeah, like I said, I really don't like my position. This game, this is like the other games I all feel good about. This is like the one game I really don't feel good about. But I can still probably score a lot of points in game, and yeah, scrounge some cold points up. And if I can find some edge scoring, like if I can do well on edge, I might be able to be a little sneaky, like do a little better here than I thought. So fingers crossed. I'm just gonna hope for that. Anything else to discuss here? I don't think so. Yetis have a ton going on for them. Like Melson sent 3 Priest to Cult already. He's getting another Cult dig. He's this round. I think he's going to build a dwelling on G8, and then I don't know. But end with Stronghold Temple 4 dwellings with Air 2 as Yetis. That seems pretty cool. That's a lot of resources. Oh, great move! Oh, thanks so much, Clay. I really appreciate that. So kind of you. Just an incredible pass, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. I like, yeah, I think everyone else is in a better spot than me. Like, I was lower in Acolytes before, but after that Tuki Town, it's pretty good for them. Time will tell if they can score enough. Like, that'll be their challenge this game, but I don't know. They have a really nice economy now. And Darklings, again, with edge scoring, I think are going to crush edge scoring, and they're going to hit round 4 digs. They also took Earth 1, so they're going to start hitting Earth 1 dwellings next round. Like, their points are going to start skyrocketing. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see how it goes. Let's get out of this game. That's enough of this mess. All right, Eric, you can leave now. Everything else is standard. Well, kind of. All right. So on to the game that's almost done. So we have like 3 games in round 2 and 1 game that's basically finished in round 6. This game I'm dwarves on fjords with cluster scoring in, facing fakirs, halflings, and ice maidens. And so if you recall in this game, last time I checked in on it, it was round 3, and I had just passed for the big building tile, and we saw a really kind of funky game where Ice Maidens had just 3 temples on the board, Fakirs had like no resources left, and Halflings were kind of like in an interesting spot where it wasn't clear what they were doing. In contrast, I've had like a really kind of, I guess, almost like a standard Dwarves game here, like with the exception of the round 4 Stronghold. That was like the only thing that was kind of fun or sometimes a bit different, I guess. But otherwise, it's been a pretty straightforward Dwarves game for me and been a really good game, honestly. Things have gone really well for me in this game. I'm pretty sure I'm winning. We're getting right near the end of it, near the end of round 6. And so I'm going to take a town here, and I'm going to take the 11-point town. Basically, all I need to do is build 1 more dwelling. So I've got 14 structures, going to build that 15th structure. And I've been paranoid all game long of being disrupted. Like, both halflings and ice maidens have advanced dig. And so in theory, both could have been digging my gray hexes at any point. But I think it was pretty clear, like for Fire X, for Ice Maidens, that he was just too far behind, and digging would just be like kind of like a spite move, or I don't know. He doesn't have any reason to be upset at me, anyways. But like, it didn't make any sense for him to dig any of my hexes. And Melisande maybe could have dug one of my hexes. Like I did think the whole time that like he was my closest competition. But the weird thing was that I had like an extra hex this game. Like I'm only going to build one of A5 and C9, and so he could have disrupted me, but he would have had to been like really preemptive with it and dig 2 hexes, which is a lot more annoying, I think, than to dig 1 hex. In my opinion, it's a pretty big difference. And even if I were to get disrupted, I could still hard dig down 1 more dwelling here. Like I would miss out on a tunnel, which would suck, but I would still be okay. And funny enough, like I thought I was going to be cleaning up a network this game, but Fakir is somehow George pulled a rabbit out of his hat and got to 15 structures this game and 11 clusters. So he's actually beating me in cluster scoring, and he's gonna tie me in network, which is absurd considering like at the end of round 3, Fakir's had 2 temples, a TP, and like 4 dwellings, something, but like no resources left in the bank at all. Maybe it's not that crazy, but I just remember thinking that like Fakirs were not going to get that many structures out. But yeah, George managed to do it, but he's not going to score quite enough points, I don't think. So he's only got 1 town. It's kind of the trade-off to all these clusters he's done. Often the trade-off to cluster scoring. I think a lot of good players have said that, but you can get a lot of clusters, but you usually sacrifice towns in the process. And so like a big difference between my game and his game is my second town here, which I'm going to take, as I said, I'm going to take the 11-point town. I'm just going to do it. I keep getting paranoid about things, about worrying about needing to take some other town to secure stuff, but I don't. Let's just take the 11-point town. I need points. Okay. But yeah, a big difference between my game and his game is the second town. Like, it's just 11... Like, it's more complicated than that, but it's essentially 11 extra points I'm getting here. And yeah, I'm getting second on clusters still. That's fine. Like, halflings are not going to catch me on clusters, and obviously ice mains are nowhere near that. So I think in this game, some things really went well for me. I won't debrief it too much. I'll probably do that one more time, like in the next stream, just when this game is over, just to fully debrief it. Maybe even get some other people on stream to chat. That would be really cool. Maybe do that at the end of the season if they want to do it. Kind of like, I'm basically just copying Matt the Lesser. So like what Matt used to do in his streams. But I think for me, a really good break I didn't realize was coming was getting the 2-key town. So I really thought this whole game that Ice Mains were getting the 2-key town. But FireX was really slow to build dwellings out. Like, he was really... I don't think he even built E9 by round 3. I think he ended round 3 with 3 temples on the board and no dwellings. So I'm actually not sure why he was so slow to build dwellings. I can't remember, but one of the kind of the trade-offs was that he lost tempo on 2-key town, and I was able to get it in round 4, which is really late. Like, you usually don't get it that late, and you sometimes don't want it that late, but here it really helped me get a much stronger cult position. So like last stream, I remember thinking I was not doing so great on cults, that being kind of a bummer in my game, but that's really changed. That 2-key town really changed things from that perspective. Like in round 4, I got the 2-key town, I threw 2 priests to earth to secure it, and maybe even threw another priest to water then, or was that round 5? I forget. No, that was round 4, yeah, so I really secured two cults in round 4, and that was a big swing, I think, in points. As well as economy, like the 2-key town got me some power up the cults, got me a worker from the fire cult. It's getting me some points in air too. Like, yeah, it was a really good pickup that I was able to get. Gotta stay for dessert. Yeah, I guess this dwarves game is like dessert. It's ending soon. Like I said, I think I'm winning, so it's a nice little piece of pie. Another great move. Thank you. He's like my cheerleader there. Great, thanks, Claybo. Maybe I'll catch Tommy Salami. It's a goal of mine. I'd like to catch Tommy Salami in Elo. You got a little competition between me and him, but I don't know. That's going to be pretty tough. I lost some Elo by losing to Ondis last game, which was kind of disappointing, last live game, so I got some catching up to do. Ways away from that. Anyways, okay, so that's like my game. It's been, as I said, like a pretty standard Dwarves Fjords game. Aside from the Stronghold round 4, I don't think too much. Oh, I also did get, so I was on the big building tile round 4, and I got the dwelling VP tile round 5, which was actually huge for me. Those extra points really kind of were needed. Like, this was a really low scoring setup. Like, I think I mentioned that before, but a really low scoring track. Like, endgame scoring is in, so that makes it a little higher scoring, but the setup is very low scoring, and so I needed points anywhere I can get them. And getting the dwelling VP tile in round 5, right after the big building tile in round 4, like, really fueled my points this game. So I think at the end, at the end of last stream, or when I last looked at this game, I was at 28 points, and yeah, now I'm at 104. I have air 1s, I'm passing for 4 more, and I'm gonna do another tunnel for 4 more points, so we'll end up at 112 in game, which is like pretty solid in a low scoring setup. So I was able to make up a lot of the points in the last 3 rounds that I didn't have early on in this game, which is nice to see. I'm always a little bit worried being so behind on points, so nice to see them made up here. Okay, so let's look at everyone else's game very quickly. I already talked about George's game. I won't go over it again. Mellison, so yeah, his halflings game was, like, again, the most kind of free form, and that it was hard to tell what he was going to do. In the end, it looks like he's going for 2 towns. So he's got a town down here, kind of a funky looking bridge town. It's an interesting shape. Structure combo. Maybe not quite a cool town, but it's a little weird. And I think he's going for a second town here, like c5, e6, d3, d4. He's got a ton of, like, or he still has quite a few workers and resources, so he can just dig down dwellings here. He does also have Earth 1 and Water 1, so he is scoring a lot of points still. And he's on the dwelling DP tile. He's got a priest town coming, so he's got lots of points still. But he doesn't have a ton in endgame scoring. Like, he's just got a handful of cult points. And then he's scoring, I think, 6 points for clusters and network. And so I don't think that's enough to catch me, but I think that puts him in second here. Which is pretty cool. Like, I always like seeing halflings on fjords do well. Yeah, that's halflings. And then, yeah, for Ice Maidens, I think Ice Maidens are finishing fourth here. For them, like, they got their stronghold up in round 4, which is really nice. They could start to score a lot of points from the stronghold. But like I said, it was really slow for town tempo. Like, I beat them to the Tuki town. They just didn't have enough worker income, I think, throughout the game. And I kind of wonder if FireX, in hindsight, regrets opening double temple, because he had an option to take double dig and left it for double temple. And I really think, like, for Ice Maidens, if you get double dig, you take it. Like, you just need spades. You no other option. Like, you have to dig every hex. Unless you can get a ton of workers in, like, advanced dig round 2 or something like that. But I don't know. I think as Ice Maidens, you just want double dig early. So I feel like if Ice Maidens took double dig, it's to be a very different game. I also wonder if I would have, my territory would have been more threatened. Like, they might have wanted f6 or d1. Like, I really was careful to secure these hexes quickly because I thought Ice Maidens might want to dig them and kind of take them for their own town space or expansion or whatnot. But, like, FireX never really prioritized that. And so I think his opening was actually really good for me, but I also think for his sake, he probably should have taken double dig. But he is on the big building tile here. He built a sanctuary this round, so he's going to score a bunch of pass points. Right now, he's just kind of building dwellings and finishing things off. He's got Earth 1. Not a high-scoring Earth 1, but it's going to chip in a few points for him. And he's still doing well on cults. Like, he might still be scoring the most cult points. I think he is. So that's still good for him, but no network points, no cluster scoring points. It's not, and he's not really ahead in points right now. He's actually behind in points, so not going to be enough for him for sure. So yeah, it's good to have one of the games go fast at least. Everything else is kind of taking a little long to go on, especially with this Hidden Cup starting soon. I really want these games to kind of finish up a little faster so I don't get too like overburdened with turn-based games. It's going to be a lot. Especially once there's 6 fast auctions going on, and with fan factions, oh gosh, that's going to be rough. But it'll be fun too. So, but yeah, basically I want these games to finish up, and this game should be finishing up within a day or two. So, good to see, and yeah, I think I'm winning it, so a good start to the league for me. Okay, that's the 3 games where it's my turn. So we'll go to the last game where it's not my turn. I can remember which one it is. It has Felipe, George, and Melicin. Okay, it's here. No FireX. Alright, so this game is the vanilla game. Base map, base factions. Yeah, no extra endgame scoring, nothing else. I'm on nomads. We've got dwarves, halflings, and mermaids in the game. Last time in the last stream, I was placing my dwellings. I just jumped to nomads, putting dwellings down. So now we're in round 2. And again, I think I'm in a really good position here. At least I'm certainly in a really nice economic position. So I opened with a spade bonus. I opened temple for fire 1, built a dwelling with a spade, and then was able to pass first on the 6 coin bonus. And I thought I was going to go with like a big shipping game here. Like in round 2, I thought I was going to plan to do a big shipping spree and go e8, b4, and i7. But I didn't expect to be passing first onto the coins. And once I did that, I realized I was also getting double dig in round 2. And so I decided to kind of advance shipping and then go double dig instead. So I'm going to get down 7. Well, I'm going to have 7 dwellings down at the end of this round. And with Temple Fire 1 and 7 dwellings. So it's going to be a super nice round 2 economy, which I can hopefully do good things with. I do still have to keep an eye on. I really do need E8 for connection. Or shouldn't say I need it, but it really makes things way simpler for me. So I do have to keep an eye on halflings. Halflings could take E8 from me, but I think they're going digging, so I don't think it's an issue. Oh, and I actually, So last stream I was talking a lot about hoping that Felipe was going to open double East with halflings, and lo and behold, he did, which was great. So yeah, he plays f5, f7. He's just kind of doing a nice little opening here. He's gonna open Temple 6 dwellings and probably hit round 3 digs. So he's got a nice game going, but it's also really good for me, giving me e6 and just not having any pressure on any of my northern hexes. Like I said, I shouldn't have pressure on e8, so I think it's really nice for me. I got a Sanctuary Town in the center. I'm gonna have some sort of town here, probably with f1, like a 4-structure town. Have a town like b2, a5, a6, a7 in the north, and then a couple of stranded dwellings from shipping. So like a really standard kind of nomads game, but it's basically like I don't have a colored neighbor because halflings open double, like went double east. Funny enough, I actually kind of think it's good for both of us. Like I think it was a good move for Felipe too. I just don't know if it's better for him than it's better for me. I guess time will tell. I guess we'll see how the game ends up. But I kind of feel like it's a little bit better for me than for him. Okay, other things that happened. So I remember last stream predicting that mermaids were going to open with a priest and send priest to earth and go earth 2 and do some funky stuff, while dwarves were going to take worker power and open double dig. We saw the exact opposite happen in round 1. So another bad prediction by me. George takes worker power and opens temple and 4 dwellings with mermaids, and of course fire 1. Yeah, George is not. He's obviously going to take fire 1 in that situation. And then Melson opened with the Priest to Earth, and he actually took workers and went double temple round 1, which is kind of cool. You don't see it with dwarves too often. But it let him take Earth 2 and Earth 1, which got him 2 cult digs, which he's using well now in the dwelling round to get his worker economy going. And of course, he's going to get a ton of coins from that in round 3, so like a nice combo for him. It was kind of good either way for both factions. Like I think dwarves would have been thrilled with double dig round 1, and mermaids would have been really happy with Priest to Earth and other things round 1. But the way it ended up going here, like the way George kind of dictated it went, I think is also really good for both of them. Like Temple 4 Dwellings is a great opening for mermaids, and of course the cult position and cult rewards for dwarves are going to be really nice. So yeah, they're both in good spots, but they were both bid down pretty heavily, so they're both behind in points. I'm going to be like at 49 points at the end of this round. Like I'm going to be nice for scoring, and yeah, maybe hit like bonus tiles starting round 3. Like ship VP would be fine. I'm at 1 ship and can easily get to 2 ship with all the coins I'm going to have. Dwelling VP, of course, would be great for me. But I'm also really happy if I get a spade or the coin cult set bonus. Like there's just a lot of really juicy options for me. Like when you get 7 dwellings round 2, there's a bunch of coin bonuses in the game. That's a really nice combo. And you go into round 3 digs and there's a spade bonus. That's another good option. Like there's just lots of juicy stuff here for me as nomads, and like lots of territory to make it pay off in the map. Like I said early on, like the track is a bit awkward for me. Like I would really rather it be round 4 TPs or even round 3 TPs. Like I have all my dwellings out now. I don't need to build more dwellings. But the track is dwellings and digs, so I'm gonna try to, I guess, probably build. I'm gonna go for water 1 round 3 for sure, like a temple on e6 for water 1, and then build TPs and dwellings round 4, and then just keep building TPs and dwellings round 5. Maybe take a temple for air 1 and build more TPs. Like I really want to crush this TP round if I can, but I don't necessarily want to save all my TPs for that round. Like I just want to keep my economy rolling this game. Is what my plan is, I think. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good options on the bonuses. Like I'm pretty sure I can get all the territory I want to get here. So the question is if I can score enough points this game, because I know dwarves are going to score a lot of points and do well on cults. Mermaids should hit this game pretty hard. They can hit ship VP later on for a lot of points. They're already on dwelling VP this round with a bunch of dwellings built. It's a really good track for them. And halflings are hitting round 3 digs, so they all have easy ways to score. My ways to score aren't quite so straightforward, but I started at 40 points, and I'm doing well score-wise right now. So I feel good about this game again. What was your HM settings? Sorry, Eric, is that my home settings? Is that what you mean for this? Like which game is my home game? If so, it was the Dwarves game. It was the Fjords game. Was the one I picked. Yeah, I picked Fjords with endgame scoring and fire and ice factions for my home. Kind of like a throwback to the Fjords League, which I don't know how many people know about, but it was a thing on Snellman for a couple years. And then a bunch of us that are playing in turn-based Division 1 also played in Fjords League. So yeah, Mellison, George Shortwell, myself, and FireX were all in like high up in the Fjords League. So it was a bit of a throwback to that. Okay, yeah, home game. Yeah, that one was my home game. I think this one is Felipe's home game. I think he just did like just standard base. And I don't remember the other ones. But yeah, that's where we're at. Hopefully these games can move a little faster, so there's a little more to talk about as well too. Like I'm kind of just, I guess I'm talking pretty in depth, but there's not a whole lot of change in some of these games. Although this game Halflings going double east was a big thing and an interesting kind of thing to talk about here. So it's nice to have something big. Like in the Witches Fjords game, I didn't feel like there was very much to talk about, but here at least there's some kind of cool developments happening. Hi Scoomy. Fjords League is Fjords with Fire and Ice factions and Fire and Ice endgame scoring. Yeah, scoring and factions. And it was on Snellman, so everyone started at 20 points, no auction. I think for a while it was like my favorite, like Terra Mystica games were in the Fjords League. Like that was back when Fjords was pretty new, so it felt like a really novel like map to explore. And then the Fire and Ice factions added like a really cool dimension to it as well. It makes it like when you have Fire and Ice factions in the game, it makes the auction a bit less important because they just, I don't know, they have a lot of them have like lots of options and like can just, I don't really know. I don't know how to explain it really, but yeah, like you're saying, it just feels like it's with Fire Ice factions, playing no auction works pretty well. Whereas when you have like standard factions, it like you really do need an auction, I think, for competitive play. Maybe less so on Fjords, but even on Fjords, I think you'd really want an auction. Okay, that's all of my games. Maybe I'll quickly, before wrapping up, just go to like the other game that's happening in the league. So let's look at Felipe's profile. I'm actually curious where it's at. Like I know it's at Fire and Ice, but I don't know where the game is at right now. All right, looks like it's that one. Yeah, it is a really fun like setting combination. It depends a bit. Like a faction like I was gonna say a faction like Shapeshifters you might want the auction for, but something like River Walkers, Dragon Lords, or Acolytes, you have a lot more power, and so like they can really screw someone up from the start. Where if they're bid down the auction, then they just have no chance. So like yeah, it works like a lot better basically. Yeah, auctioning against variable factions, then they become your color neighbor in round two. Yeah, that's not a good feeling, is that? Or like auctioning against Dragon Lords, and you don't know if they're gonna like take your key hex round one because they have all the resources and all the ability to do it. But and they might want to do it, but they might not. Kind of like we saw in like the game that was in the European Division One in TMTL that I think Kalai and Gino were talking about at Max Rage quit. He got surrounded on Fjords as by Dragon Lords. Actually, really funny. Honestly, watching through it, I was I was hilarious. I did understand the rage quit. Like that kind of thing is a little frustrating for sure, because it's just so hard to predict. Like you don't know if it's their best interest or not. Like it helps if you know the player a bit, but even so, it's just not super clear. Yeah, I guess once Halai took dwelling scoring, yeah, I guess it was easy to see then. Maybe in the auction even just like it did seem like Dragon Lords probably were going to dwelling rush. That's a little scary as shapeshifters against them. I don't know. Did Max have a chance to take a spade? I don't remember. But if he had a chance to take a spade, then I feel like he should be more known at himself than anything. If not, then yeah. But I don't know, for Dragon Lords, I don't know if Dwelling Rush is always that good. Like, their dwelling economy is just really bad. Like, they have gaps in their worker income. And they just, having to remove all the power tokens is actually really painful for them. Like, leech-wise and power income-wise, they can be really limited. Like, they often get to the point where they can't take power actions if you're not careful with them. Like, I don't know if it's always a good thing to Dwelling Rush. But, that game at least, like, with the Dwelling Round 1 and Dwelling P-Tile, like, it was pretty cool, if nothing else. Yeah, I guess he could have strongholded it. It's really ugly to have to open with the stronghold, I think, for shapeshifters, but it's better than getting better than getting surrounded and having to triple dig round two or something crazy. Yeah. Okay, so let's just look at this game a little bit. What do we have? Fire X at Halflings at 45, Nelson Witches 33, George at Giants at 40 points, and Felipe at Mermaids at 26 points. Okay, so we got this matchup. I remember thinking that I really liked Witch's position, especially getting D7. Like, that seems really juicy for them, right? Although, I mean, Mermaids took D9, so I guess they lose some territory, but they're getting D3 in the west here. And I think halflings are going to give them a neighbor at D5 or D4 and E1, so they should be fine there. They have an air dig coming in. Yeah, I don't know. So people in the chat, and if you're looking at this game, you can give your opinions and advice and perspective on this game. I'm not playing in it. So does anyone have any thoughts about who's winning this, who's doing well? There's no extra endgame scoring. There are landscapes on, so I think that's a big thing, at least for giants. Mixed giants definitely better. At first glance, I would think that giants are kind of struggling. Like compared, it seems like the other factions are doing pretty well, and giants, I don't know if they have a whole lot going for them. Like big building tile, which is great. They're going to end this round with what? Stronghold, TP, and 4 dwellings? Like, it's an okay economy, but they're very low on coins. I guess they take a coins action next round. But somehow it doesn't strike me as like an amazing Giants game. Nothing in the track really strikes me as like better for Giants and other factions. All the scoring bonuses are in, which is good for Giants, but also good for Witches. Can be good for Mermaids too. So I don't know if I love George's position here. Yeah, I think Melson's doing well. Oh, Firex. Wow, I thought he opened double Temple. So you opened Temple and TP. Now it's Sanctuary round 2? Or did he? Oh, maybe he opened. You must have opened Sanctuary, right? Yeah, it was a big building round 1. Okay. Oh, cool. Halfling Sanctuary opening. Nice. I do remember Firex having a really good Sanctuary Dwarves opening game on Fjords one time. I wasn't playing in it, but I remember seeing it. Maybe that's a thing of his. But yeah, the problem with the Sanctuary, it's not a good economy, and he's upgrading. Is he upgrading to a temple here? Is he gonna? Is it gonna be like the Ice Maidens game where he's gonna have all these religious buildings and no dwellings down? I think I see his idea is that he's gonna hit these round 3 and 4 dwelling grounds really hard. Like, which yes, but he's got like no worker income, right? As Air 2 and Earth 1. Wait, why didn't he go double econ if he's gonna open Sanctuary here? Like, I don't think Earth 1 was really threatened. Especially if he's going. Wait, is he going? No, he must be going single dig and 2 dwellings. Like, there's no way he's going temple. There's no way he's going to a temple here. He has to be building dwellings. Maybe it's the TP tile to TP round. He's getting some extra points from that. He's getting leech from that. Maybe that makes sense. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I love this halfling's position either. Looking at that. And so yeah, I see people in the chat saying I see Eric saying I like mermaids here. So Felipe's at 26 points. He's got a lot of coins. He's on dwelling VP. What does he have? He has temple for fire 1 and 3 dwellings down. Oh, he has G4. Did he start on G4? Oh, he must no. He was on Tempship round 1, I think. Okay, so he beat Witches to G4. He's got this territory in the east. He's ready to build some more dwellings this round. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna do 2 dwellings and a TP? That seems like that makes sense. Priest to water. Yeah, he's actually probably gonna go priest to water right now, I think. Oh, and then he could actually dig and do more dwellings, but then he does all the dwellings before the dwelling round. Maybe it's fine. But yeah, the water cold rewards coming up look nice for mermaids. Ship VP in the game, it's always a big thing. Yeah, okay, I think Felipe's in a good spot too. So my guess is that it's between witches and mermaids here. What else? The more you play Terra Mystica, the less I like going Sanctuary early. Yeah, with like the standard, obviously like not Darklings, not Chaos, like it's the standard Sanctuaries. Yeah, I kind of agree that like the early Sanctuary is like often a bit of a trap. Unless you get a lot of leech from it or if it helps you form like an early town, I don't always see the upside in it. Like the points are nice for sure. Like if you're on the big building tile especially and you open it in a big building round, but even like the 9 points, I don't know if it's better than double temple. Like the priest production is just really good. Yeah, I don't think I don't know if I've ever opened Sanctuary with like a non Darklings or non Chaos game. I come to think of it, I don't. It's never really something I really seriously consider. So yeah, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of opening Sanctuary. Like I feel like I rarely see it work for standard factions. Don't hate Giants game. They'll pick up early. Yeah, Earth 1 early town. Yeah. No, you're right, Scooby. And they got their landscapes. So they're gonna be scoring lots of points like from that later on. I'm also like, again, George's economy is probably a lot better than it looks. Like I'm still thinking of the Fjords Fakirs game where he's got 15 structures, and I thought his economy was trashed. So, yeah, and that's Giants and Fire and Ice. He's got lots of like he's got nice safe expansion in the east. He's also able to dig through to I3. He might be able to get to B5 before halflings dig there. Like if halflings dig there, so yeah, you're probably right. Giants game is probably better than I think it is too. All the scoring bonuses in. I just like, are they going to beat mermaids or witches on network? How is the network race going to play out? I guess it depends if witches get their landscape down. It depends if mermaids connect. Like one interesting thing of giants is trying to cut mermaids off, although it's probably not happening, is it? Uh, it's not impossible. If George like digs H8 and F4, like mermaids are basically cut off from that. He'll definitely beat them to I8 or I7. So that would be like a big swing, I think. Um, embrace your inner Eddie and sanctuary for Earth, my water one. I could do that in the hidden cup. I'm just thinking about it. I could just like constantly just do round 2 and round 3 sanctuaries, Earth 1, Water 1, and like pretend like I'm Eddie just to get people to think I'm Eddie and kind of fool everyone. Maybe that's a good strategy. So they can just like give me lots of leech and not worry about me, and then I can do really well later on. Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, hey, Fickles, you just got here. Oh, sorry, you missed all of my games. I'm just looking at the other game now. Where are all of my buildings? They're on the other boards. They're not here. My buildings don't exist in this game. just, um, just pretend like you're Eddie. I don't have to pretend. I am Eddie. I'm Eddie in disguise. He's my alt. Actually, this is my Eddie's my main. Barnabas my alt. Yeah. Okay. So our consensus this game is. It seems like the chat consensus is mermaids are doing the best here. I'm still a bit partial towards witches, but I can definitely see mermaids like being ahead of witches as well. Giants, and again, I think mermaids connection is a bit perilous. Like there's no guarantee they connect here, so that would be really bad for them if they don't connect. I think halflings are not in a great spot. Giants are like probably better than I think they are because they're getting a coins action next round. I think. I don't know. They all have the scoring tiles in, like they said. They're probably okay. I still think I would rather have mermaids or witches than giants here, but I guess time will tell. We'll see. Yeah, and it doesn't really. I was trying to see if anything here would influence my decisions in my games, but I doubt it. I'm not really. I'm on nomads and witches and dwarves. Oh, I am on halflings in their game, right? I could be a little disruptive, but I think against yetis, it's not going to happen. Oh yeah, I'm facing yetis, acolytes, and darklings. I can't disrupt those factions. Okay, there's nothing that's really going to influence my decisions here. But I do want to win. Like I'm competitive. I want to win the league. So if I have the option to have, if I have to disrupt to win, I would do it. But I don't think I need to, or I don't think I'll have it. Probably the opportunity probably won't arise. Yeah, halfling seems slow to get digs up, which the mermaids fighting up the giants wouldn't network. I guess it's possible. I mean, the cult rewards aren't great. Like witches are going to get cult dig, mermaids are going to get 2 cult digs in round 5. That could be really helpful for them. Like I guess that's possible. Wait, what are witches actually opening here with in round 2? I didn't really actually look at that. They still have their flight from their stronghold. Wait, so they fly to D3. Can they open? Can they get 2 more dwellings and a TP down if they hard dig? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Wait, they're gonna have stronghold TP 5 dwellings. That's a pretty good economy. I don't know. Can giants really outpace that? I guess landscape swinging too, though. Like, because if witches can't get their landscape down, then giants have their landscape up. That's a network swing. But yeah, not totally clear, I guess. Yeah. So wait, Eric, what's with Eddie right now in the thing? He just hasn't logged in a long time, right? Like, do we know? It's like, do we know if Eddie's playing in the Hidden Cup? I really hope he is. Like, fingers crossed he is. Halflings, yeah, halflings here are in no position to dig anyone's hexes. That's the downside of going sanctuary. Also, like in my game, the downside of going double temple as halflings is I have no way I'm gonna. Like, I'm kind of slow for fighting for territory for advancing digs. Yeah, and with sanctuary even more so, and even more so with this TP and D8. Like halflings worker economy is they don't have Earth 2. Like they don't have a good worker economy at all in this game. Um, 15 days. Oh no. Oh, congrats, Eric. I think you're the first person ever to get Eddie to stop playing Terra Mystica. That's not a good congrats. It's like a dubious honor. Oh, damn. Well, hopefully he comes back. Hopefully you hear from him. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those games starting. It's gonna be a lot of fun trying to figure out who everyone else is with identities. I'm really curious if I can figure people out. Like I really doubt it, but I'm really curious if I can. And yeah, it'll be kind of fun to play undercover to to be anonymous once again. I've experienced it before. It's fun, so it'll be cool to do it like in a tournament setting. It's just the fan factions. I don't know how my auctioning is going to be with fan factions. There's a few I haven't played yet. I don't have a ton of experience with them, so that'll definitely be a challenge for me. But we'll just try to obviously do my best. If I can win a couple games, I'll be very happy. He showed in the trailer where he was super buff, and since then he's barely been online. I think he's just in the gym now instead of playing Terra Mystica. I think that's the goal. I think he just wants to be super buff now. He already slowed down after playing the last arena season. Oh, okay. Maybe he's just actually. I mean, good for him if it's better for him. Like he was playing so much before. I don't know how he could do that and keep up that pace for like a crazy long time. All right. 100 bits fan factions and wins all the time. That's a good start for sure. Or will I overbid fan factions because I want to play them because I haven't played them before? That's another option. I do have a couple other little strategies in mind that I might throw in the game. There's just like certain factions I really don't want to see. There's a few fan factions that I know I do like I have a really bad feel for, and I do not know how to evaluate them. Ones that are in the tournament pool. So there's definitely some I can get tripped up for sure with some of the fan factions. Hmm. Okay, Eddie worked in an internet cafe and played while working. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? How could he even like work though? Well, maybe he also just was a programmer and had a bunch of stuff running in the background while he's playing Terra Mystica. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day we'll find out. Honestly, one of the biggest mysteries I think of Terra Mystica is who is Eddie? How does this guy have so much time to play Terra Mystica? How has he played so many games and is still at like 300 elo? No, it don't mean to be mean to him, but like I just like it's a bit of an amazing thing to me. You can play like 6,000 games and like not be the best player, basically. Uh, so, yeah, there's lots of mysteries behind Eddie. I guess. Yeah, maybe one day we'll find out. Okay, this is nice. It's nice to be able to just like be on another game and not think about my own moves and just be able to chat and get chat's opinion on games and not worry about like spoiling things for me. Oh, it's kind of actually relaxing. I kind of like it. Okay, I think we'll end things off there though. I've been going on for a while now. Got to wrap it up. So yeah, thanks everyone in the chat for joining me. Eric, Scoomy, Fickles, Claybo, whoever else was here. Oh yeah, nice Oran game, the one that's about to finish. Thanks, Scoomy. I honestly don't think I played it that well, but things kind of ended up working out well for me. Like Giants were really nice and didn't cut me off, so that was kind of a nice little benefit. I don't. I think I am winning by like 1 point or something like that. Sadly, no elo, so not gonna matter at all. But yeah, that one's about to end, which is good. Yeah. Anyways, again, thanks all for joining me, and see you all next time.